You're not going to believe this, but I had planned to begin my toast exactly as Meredith did just a moment ago. That is, lifting the line from Princess Bride, which, thanks. So, if you would, please erase from your memory whatever transpired in the last 5 minutes. I'd appreciate it. Marriage. But wait, there's more. Marriage is what brings us here today, which is an appropriate way to begin my monologue. I do monologues, I don't do toasts. Appropriate way to begin my monologue, don't you think, given my brothers and the Mrs.'s fondness for all things multimedia. I say fondness. Obsession is perhaps a more appropriate use of words, at least in my brother's case. It was so severe at one point that my stepmother imposed, this is a true fact, by the way, a true fact, not a false fact, but a true one, that my stepmother actually imposed a moratorium on movies as a discussion topic whenever my brother was visiting from out of town. It's kind of sad. I think it's fair to say that we can trace his obsession, and as we'll come to discover, it's more of a self-obsession. We can trace this self-obsession to the year 1998 with the release of the movie Rushmore. Yeah, shut up. Now, the rabbit holes I'm about to unfold will be used to illustrate the changes for the better that Anne imparted upon my brother after entering his life. So, in a moment, this first sort of bit will take place in the BA area before Anne, and then later on we'll get into the AA era after Anne, or BCA and CA before Common Anne and Common Anne. If you're not into the whole deity thing. So Rushmore, 1998, Rushmore. As you all should know, otherwise you wouldn't have been invited, my brother had a small but pivotal part in the movie as he played he had an unforgettable performance as wrestler number 4. Now, not only did he have a part, he had a line in the movie, which again, we all should know by now. That line, of course, was all together now. See you Sunday, Mr. Bloom. Awesome, good job. And see you Sunday, Mr. Bloom. It's right up there with Rosebud, isn't it? And You Complete Me. Wax on, wax off. See you Sunday, Mr. Bloom. Mr. Bloom, of course, was played by one Bill Murray. Incidentally, my brother can get you an autograph for a modest fee. It'll be a forgery, but he can get it for you. So this, of course, went to my brother's head to the extent that he's already chosen the epitaph on his tombstone. See you in the afterlife, Mr. Wrestler number 4. Fast forward a few years into the AA era, again after Anne. And we began to see how, and actually precisely when, my brother began to turn over a new leaf. That being his 30th birthday party. which some of you attended. It was a surprise roast. And several of us were only so happy to participate and be complicit in Ann's scheme. And we unloaded on him. We got him good. This poor bastard. I would have died had I been in his shoes. Anyway, so little did we know, however, that my brother had got wise to this little plot and had prepared counter roasts in advance. And so once we had spent all of our ammunition, he returned fire, which I didn't think was very nice. Is it just me or is it hot in here? I don't know. All right, so he impugned the rest of us, which, like I said, I didn't think was nice of him. But it was his party, and he could make his guests cry if he wanted to. But the important takeaway was that he did not cry. He didn't get upset. He took it like a man, like a champ, like a pro, very un-Tomlin-like. Hold that for a thought. Can you set that up, please? I'm gonna need to borrow this. And I was so impressed with this newfound fortitude of his that can only be attributed to Ann that I vowed not to re-roast him at his wedding. I lied. No. I'm a man of my word. And I love Dalton. I love him like a brother. And soon I will come to love Ann like an in-law. I've never had an in-law before. Frankly, I hear mixed things. But Ann, with you, my glass is almost half full. You can get a new glass. Speaking of Ann, as we've heard already, again, thanks to Meredith for unknowingly lifting from my material, Ann knew that my brother was the one. That's good, thank you. You can have a seat. Ann knew my brother was the one on one of his first visits. God, it's hot in here. On one of his first visits to her apartment, and he was introduced to Caesar the cat. And as has been firmly established, Caesar the cat does not take kindly to strangers. And yet, he jumped right up on my brother's lap, curled up and started purring like I forget how the expression goes, but you get the point. I'm assuming this has never happened, right, with anyone else? Okay, right. It evidently worked, for here we are now, the culmination of years of courtship and Caesar the cat. Now, a defining illustration of, God, feet are freaking killing me. No, stay away. I think a defining illustration, I'm just going to sit down for a minute. I think a defining illustration of the AA period, again, of how my brother's transformation took place in the Austin airport, actually. The two of them were flying down to Harlingen, whereupon they would rendezvous with the rest of our part of our family in South Padre. And, oh God, this is... let it all breathe. Let it all hang out. We're all family. So they were in the gate of whatever terminal it was, and oops, and my friend Susan, who's over there, and she is just a friend for you single ladies out there, just saying. They were at the Austin airport, they were at the gate, and Anne was playing some sort of handheld video game device, which in and of itself wasn't unusual, but my brother was staring just intently, mesmerized by her every toggle. And, oops. I just hate it when this happens. So again, in the people, can I please have your attention? Sweltering. So again, my brother, my friend Susan was just mesmerized by the fact that someone could be so into even the most mundane activity that their future spouse, such as playing a video game, would be into. Did I miss something? Okay, so again, my brother, mesmerized by Anne's video game playing, and Susan's comment later was, I don't get it, I don't understand that, but I wish I had that in my relationship. Don't we all? The point is this. The point is this. These two are gaga for each other. To the point of inducing nausea. And it was either, I forget, Shakespeare or maybe Coming to America, where it was said, there's a thin line between love and nausea. Theirs will be a marriage of convenience only in the sense that they will conveniently provide barf bags for anyone in their company. So, with that, I congratulate the two of you. We couldn't be happier for you. Anne, welcome to the family. Happy to have you. And last but not least, all hail Caesar. God.
No one's even looking at me. Looking at me. I am really really looking forward to the day that I can not follow my brother when making a speech.